I do also want to introduce one of our top officials in the state. He'll be doing the heavyweight fights on the undercard is Tom Taylor. And we're going to just go over some stuff. You probably have never seen a rules meeting like this, other than Freddie has seen too many of these here. We're going to try to cover everything for you. And if you got, and Robert, you've seen a bunch of them. We'll try to cover everything so you don't have any questions. But if you do, please feel free to ask when we're done. I want you guys to know personally, you're in the best place in the world to come and get a fair shake. So wherever you're from, this is the place to be. You'll get, your fighters will get a fair shake. All right. So obviously there's some stuff that's everybody knows already. Each round shall consist of 3-minute rounds, 3 minutes in duration, with 1 minute rest period in between the rounds. Number 2, the referee is the sole arbiter of the bout and is the only individual authorized to stop the contest. There's a proviso on that. There's a caveat to that. In the state of California, our regulations supersede the ABC rules. So in California, the doctor has equal powers to stop the fight. Most of the time, the doctor will tell the referee and we will stop the fight, but the doctor has that power. Now, we're the sole arbiters, we stop the fight, but that rule shall not preclude a video or other review of a decision under the procedures of the applicable regulatory authority if a protest is filed claiming a clear rule violation. So what does that mean? What does that mean? If you're, there's two things I want to describe. If your fighter gets a headbutt and the referee thought it was a punch, and you see clearly that it was a headbutt, you may file within a few days, I don't remember the amount of days, but you could file with the Athletic Commission a protest. They'll review the tapes, and if you're correct, they'll change the decision. Additionally, tonight for the WBC, tomorrow night for the WBC fight we're doing on the request of the WBC, we're going to be using videotape replay. So if there's an injury tomorrow night, we're not going to stop the contest and look at it, but we're going to have referees and the commission's representative looking at it in between rounds. We'll discuss it, and if something needs to be changed, we're going to change it. Has anybody got any questions on that? Okay. Next, all bouts will be evaluated and scored by 3 judges. The 10-point must system is the standard system of scoring the bout. The mandatory 8 count after knockdowns will be standard procedure in all bouts. So, fighter A knocks down fighter B. He gets up at 3. We still have to count to 8 to assess his condition, and then we can let him fight. So if your fighter knocks the other guy down, he should stay in the furthest corner until we're done with our assessment, and then the referee will say box, and you go at it. That's the mandatory 8 count. Next, 6. All professional boxers are required to wear a mouthpiece during competition. The round cannot begin without the mouthpiece. If the mouthpiece is dislodged during competition, the referee will call time and have the mouthpiece replaced at the first opportune moment without interfering in immediate action. Okay, we're going to wait. If there's a fight, fighter A knocks the mouthpiece out of fighter B, but the action is heavy, we don't want to stop the fight and take away the advantage from the guy who knocked the mouthpiece out. We're going to wait to a lull in the action. But I do want to let you guys know, fighter A knocks the mouthpiece out of fighter B, and he knocks fighter B down at the same time. That we consider a lull in the action. We will always replace the mouthpiece after we make our count and assessment. Right clear on that? Questions? Concerns? All right. Points may be deducted by the referee if he feels that the fighter is purposefully spitting out the mouthpiece. All right. Now, there is no standing 8 count. This is different than a mandatory 8 count. In fact, if you guys want to jump in on anything, please let me know and just jump in. We talked about the mandatory 8 count on a knockdown. This is the standing 8 count. There is no standing 8 count in effect. Your fighter is against the ropes, getting beat. He has to run, hold, take a knee, fight back, do something, but we will not allow him just to take a beating, and we cannot step in and give him an 8 count like in the amateurs. So he has to protect himself on his own. We do not have the standing 8 count. There is no 3 knockdown rule. If your fighter gets knocked down 3, 4, 5 times, but we feel he can continue, we're going to let him continue. Next, a boxer shall receive a 20-second count if the boxer is knocked out of the ring. The boxer is to be unassisted by spectators or his or her seconds If assisted by anyone, the boxer may lose points or be disqualified, with such decision being within the sole discretion of the referee. We cannot stop fans or a photographer from helping your fighter if he gets knocked out of the ring. But your cornerman absolutely do not help your fighter if he gets knocked out of the ring. We understood on that? If your fighter or the other fighter gets up after he's, by the way, let me say this. If he's not through the ropes onto the apron, that's still considered the ring. He's still in the ring. He has to be up and in the ring or on his way into the ring by 10. He has to beat the count of 10 and then get back in the ring. If he falls off the table onto the ground, that is completely out of the ring. That's when you get your 20 count. Now with that, if he gets back into the ring at 9 or 10, we still have a mandatory 18 count. So we're not stalling, but we're going to give him the mandatory 18, assess him, and then we move on. Questions? Anything, you guys? Okay? A boxer who's been knocked down cannot be saved by a bell in any round. Really good thing. So, if a fighter gets knocked, you hear a 10-second warning. 4 seconds, 5 seconds later, a good right hand, the fighter goes down. The timekeeper's looking at the clock. He doesn't realize there's a knockdown, and right at the middle of your count, he rings the bell. The referee is going to continue to count. We're going to ignore the bell. He cannot be saved by the bell in any round. And then when the referee is finished with his count and his assessment, he'll tell the timekeeper to re-ring the bell, and that will start the official 1-minute rest period. Any questions? One more thing to add. If a fighter gets hit with a good shot right at the bell, stumbles 2 steps and falls, it was a continuation of the action and from a legal blow. Even if the bell rings, keep you guys out of the corner. We're going to be counting. And then we will have the timekeeper ring the bell again and give you your full 1-minute rest. Anything you want to add? Louis, Tom, Terry?
Go
ahead.
Here in California, you're going to know it's a legal knockdown because the referee on a legal knockdown is going to pretty much point to the canvas and yell, "Down!" So you'll know it's a legal knockdown in California. And so with the kind of.
So please don't come in the ring. Okay? All right, we're going to talk about some fouls now. If a boxer sustains an injury from a fair blow, and the injury is severe enough to terminate the bout, the injured boxer will lose by TKO. Fighter A punches Fighter B with a legal shot in the eye. That opens up a huge cut, and that fight has to be stopped. The fighter who threw the punch wins by TKO from an injury. Okay? Now we're going to talk about intentional fouls. There's going to be 2 things: intentional, non-intentional, or accidental. And Ed and Aaron, anybody wants to add something, you're more than welcome to this. If an intentional foul causes an injury, and the injury is severe enough to terminate the bout,